Okay, so we only had to fight Vanitas. I didn't actually fight Xehanort.
And take Aqua's life. You see how powerless you are to save them. Savor that rage and despair. Let it empower you.
You will pay, Xehanort. Was my master? No. My father, Ericus, not enough for you? Leave my friends alone!
Yes, boy, that's it. More! Let your whole heart blacken with anger!
And now I fight Xehanort. Let's hope this is a beatable fight, a winnable fight. This is something I'm gonna get my ass kicked in 2 or 3 swings. Oh. Well, he's starting with that well. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's try this. Go. At least I'll be invincible for a few moments. Oh, he's got 4 health bars and he's already down 1. Ouch. Zenitsuken. Don't move, Xehanort. Gotcha. Nice. Okay, very good. Very good. Dark Haze. Dark Haze. No, not Kiraga. Damn it. Oh, that's right. Critical Impact. Oh, get some good hits in. Dark Haze. Dark Haze. Zenitsuken. I'll follow up with a Kiraga after that. Good damage. I'm actually doing really good. Oh. Alright, I need a Kiraga here. No. Cure. Oh shit. What I press? Okay, cure. Okay, good. I'm good. One more hit. Got him.
Only now have I truly won.
Maximum HP increase, so this is definitely not over.
Oh, there, you see? The Keyblade has been forged!
Then!
And now, Terra, it is time for the final union!
What?
At last our moment is here. Out with the old and brittle vessel, and in with a younger, stronger new one.
He chooses Keyblade on himself to unlock his own heart.
I swore I would survive. And be there to see what awaited beyond the Keyblade War. And now it is your darkness that shall be the arc that sustains me!
So, did Xehanort just force himself upon his armor just fell off? Okay.
This heart belongs again to darkness. All worlds begin in darkness, and also end.
Now that voice is familiar.
The heart is no different. Darkness sprouts within it. It grows, consumes it. Such is its nature. In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
Nice Keyblade.
What? body submits, your heart succumbs. So why does your mind resist?
Okay. Defeat Xehanort and take back your body. So I'm still Terra, okay. I got a feeling this is not going to be an easy battle either. Wait. Okay, who am I? Okay, alright, got it. Alright, I got it. Okay. Well, the camera kind of shifted weirdly there, so... Okay, the camera was a little bit too close to the other Terra, the Xehanort Terra, so I was a little confused as to why the attacks are not very strong. Okay, well they're combo. Well, good God Almighty, give me a second to attack! Ah, damn it! Don't miss. I'm too far away. I can't break out of this when he gets into a combo like that. Come on, stop! It's so fucking annoying, I can't counter. Fortunately, the attacks don't do very much damage, but fuck me. The attacks don't do very much damage, but when he starts getting into a combination, I can't do anything about it. Man, this may be my only way to attack is just attack with my shot lock. This means I gotta watch my focus then. Go. There's no way I'm gonna be able to attack him up close. He's gonna be able to just keep comboing me. I've still got plenty of health. I wonder if I can actually hit him and then dodge away. That didn't work. Hit him, dodge away. Oh, get away. Dark Haze. Damn it. Definitely can't use Senetsuken. Takes too long to charge. And here we go this again. Cure. Get away. Damn it. Sliding dash. I still can't tell if I'm connecting or not. I'm trying to make sure I actually hit him. Kiraga. Okay, there's a few hits. I did manage to score some hits. Alright. So it's working, I just gotta time it. And then get away. Dark Haze. Okay, there's some. Alright. I'm in scoring hits, so. Senetsuken. Wait, don't hit me. Nice! I connected. But so did he. Shit. Get away. Alright, Kiraga, go throw that down. Dodge. Start dodging. You're not dodging. Alright, lock on. Sliding dash. There's a hit. Thunder Surge. Dark Haze. Nope. He's connecting now. Oh. No, damn it. X. Yes, counter. Very good damage. Triangle. Okay, there we go. Got my cure. Alright. Ah, crap. Okay. Sliding dash. Got a hit. Damn it. I'm just so thankful that he does very little damage per hit, because one combo should be damn near kill me. Alright. Wait. Thunder Surge. There's a few hits. Right. I'll tell you he's not curing. The Netsuken, don't miss. Ah, damn it. Blocked it. Or it didn't block it, he just countered it. Lightning Dash is a hit. I'm going to need Kiraga soon. Get away. Shortcut, Kiraga. Let's get away here. Thunder Surge. A few hits there. Dude, let's get away again. Dark Haze, go. Dark Haze, go. The Netsuken. Too far away. No, I got him. I think I hit him. I have no idea if I hit him or not. Oh, shit. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, that was a hit. That was definitely a hit. Kiraga. Oh, I gotta dodge these things first. Kiraga, go. Okay. It's alright. It's alright. I need some more focus before I try another shot lock. Come on, you can stop shooting me with those damn things anytime now. Sliding Dash. Okay, I don't know if I connected or not. Thunder Surge. That definitely connected. Need Kiraga, so get away. Kiraga. Alright, doing fine. Shot lock. Go. I don't know if I maxed or not. That would only get 12 of 18. Got a little bit more focus left. I lost it. I don't have enough focus for a max attack, so... Holy crap, he's like throwing rocks at me. Alright. Let's throw down another Kiraga. Dodge. Dodge while he's going wild over there. Lock on. Here we go with that again. Okay, hold on. Kiraga. Nope. Kiraga. There we go, got it. Let's get away now. Thunder Surge. Dark Haze. The Netsuken. I don't think I hit him. I think he hit me. Kiraga. Gotta get away. Gotta get away. Alright. God damn it. Okay. That Kiraga's almost charged. Come on, come on, come on. Charge. Got it. Okay, Kiraga. Got it. Okay. Sliding Dash. Alright, there's some damage there. Oh, crap. Okay, didn't expect that. Actually, I keep dodging. Kiraga. What the hell happened? Okay, never mind. He doesn't have much health on that last bar, so sliding dash, thunder surge, missed him. Damn it. Okay, health's still fine. Health's still fine. Won't be if he keeps hitting me with those damn shadow darts. That's a big Keyblade. Kiraga. Max, go for it. Okay, that took him down about half a bar. You only have half a bar left. I can do this. Oh boy, here comes the rocks. This will be a problem. Okay, didn't take as much damage as I thought, so cure. Alright, lock on. Dodging these projectiles again. Thunder. Almost got him. Let's just heads up attack. I got him, I got him, I got him! Come on, just one more. Okay, excuse me, one more hit, don't screw up. Hit him! Okay, we're screwing up again. Let's calm down. Don't overreact. Just, he only takes one more hit and he's got him. That's not it. Thunder Surge, come on, Thunder Surge, hit him. Got him! Okay, that wasn't bad. Luckily his combos Xehanort's report 11. Luckily, his combos weren't doing that much damage. Oh, now I get a cape. Okay.
Aqua. Then, one day, I will set this right.
And there we go. That is the end of TERRA'S campaign, and in the order that I did, this is the end of the game. So I'll go ahead and do my review this time. As I said in the previous two, I wasn't going to do a review because I was going to wait till the last chapter, or last character, which I just did. So here we go. Start with the storyline. Storyline was good. Kind of broke it up, and it kind of broke it up. The way it's broken up into 3 different stories, all telling the same story, was really good. Oh, Venita's Haley Joel Osment, huh? That's why I thought it was a familiar voice. Richard Epcar, I knew that voice too. Okay. The storyline was the only reason it kind of threw me off was because it was broken up into 3 different stories. There was times when I didn't get things here and there, but as I played the other stories, it made sense. Now, I know I got really vague with that description, but I did want to say this. Going back to the order and the way it should have been played, I really think I should have played Terra first, then Ventus, and then Aqua. Because when I played Aqua, it seemed like everywhere I went, they always mentioned Ven or Terra being there first. So that tells me that if I had done them first, it would have made a little more sense, because when I got there as Aqua, then I would have known what Ven and Terra did before Aqua got there. Especially when they mentioned Terra so many times in Aqua's story. Now, in Ventus' story, they didn't mention Terra as much. It was more of a story of Ventus and his dark half, being Vanitas, trying to deal with that and the secrets behind him. The fact that he was originally working for Master Xehanort, apparently, and that whole darkness taken out of him by Xehanort to create Vanitas. Obviously, the entire thing was a plan made up for by Xehanort. His plan was to create the Keyblade, the X-Blade. So Aqua's story was more of just trying to find both Ven and Terra. Terra's story was trying to deal with the darkness inside him, and Xehanort was tried to at least his body was getting old. Obviously, he was kind of pulling a. If you know the story of Dragon Age, and with a little bit of spoilers here in case you don't, but kind of pulling a Flemeth and Morgan kind of thing here. Xehanort wanted to. Well, Xehanort's body was getting old, so he wanted a new, younger body to handle the darkness and to see the coming Keyblade War that he was going to create. So he was going to take his heart, and therefore his power, out of himself and put it into Terra, which he did. Unfortunately, Terra's body was able to fight it off, but his plan was to take over Terra's body and become Xehanort through Terra, and then use Vanitas and Ven to create the X-Blade, which Xehanort would then use to, I guess, rule the Keyblade War, something along those lines. His trophy earned the vessel. That describes it perfectly. He was going to be the vessel for Xehanort's power. Never used a single D-Link. It only took me about 6 hours to beat. Really, as far as the three main characters go, only Ventus and Terra were a major part of Xehanort's plan. Aqua had absolutely no use for Xehanort. Xehanort had no use for her because she was just kind of there. Terra was going to be Xehanort's vessel for his power, and Ventus and Vanitas were going to create the X-Blade, the Keyblade. I keep calling it the X-Blade because I keep saying Keyblade. It's going to be, since I don't have captions for myself, it's going to be a little confusing. So that's why I keep calling it the X-Blade. And Aqua was just there to be the one to kind of wrap up the story on the back end without really contributing to Xehanort's plan. She was not necessarily the third wheel, but more of the nail in the wheel, if you will, to try to stop Xehanort's plans. So overall, pretty good. I mean, I was confused because I apparently played the story backwards. It seemed to, while you can obviously play the game in any order, as you saw the way I did, if you're playing this for the first time, or you're watching this for the first time, whatever, I would recommend playing Terra, then Ventus, then Aqua, because the storyline would fit just a little bit better, especially when you got to Aqua, as there was, like I said, so many references to Terra during Aqua's campaign. But overall, it was very good. It was a very good story. And there were many references to other Kingdom Hearts games that I really wanted to point out here, but I can't because I haven't played the other games yet, on the channel at least, otherwise I'd be spoiling some events. That's why I was trying to not do that. So, which I'm going to bring this one last step to the story here. I actually read somewhere that playing the Kingdom Hearts series would actually be best played in the order they were released. The games were released. Normally, I like to play games in chronological order by the storyline's chronological order. As you can see, I've already done that here. But looking back, I see why people have said that it's best to actually play the game in the order that the games were released, because there were so many references in this game to chronologically future games, but release date games, past games, that you would be able to understand if you had played those games first. Without being specific to this, I'll go ahead and just tell you what I'm talking about. There were characters that we encountered throughout this story that are actually going to be brought up as villains, very important villains in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, in other series, like say Halo for example, playing the games in chronological order, you might get a few references here and there if you had played the other games, the previously released games first. But if you play them in chronological order, the Halo games that is, you'll get the references eventually. They're not that critical to the story when you see those references to the other games. Whereas knowing what I do about Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, the references they make here in Birth by Sleep would be much easier to explain and understand and get and know if you had played the previous games. So while I'm not going to change the fact that I've already played this game, I can't change the fact that I've already played this game. I'm not going to change the fact I'm going to go ahead and play this game in chronological order for the rest of the series anyway. Had I known in advance how much of the reference, how big the references were, I would have played this series in the order that the games were released, which would have been started with Kingdom Hearts 1, obviously. But since I can't go back and change that now, oh well, no big deal. I'm going to continue the series in chronological order, and when I get to those references that I saw in the previous game, in the future games, I will say, okay, you remember this character here? Well, we saw him as this guy back in Birth by Sleep. You know, just so you guys can connect those references together. Whereas if I had played this game in the timeline that it was released, I would say, okay, oh hey, this guy here, that was so and so back in Kingdom Hearts 2. You know, I can't do that now, so that's the way I want to do it in the future. So, in future games, the references that I get, I will point back to previous games, whether it be in Birth by Sleep, Kingdom Hearts 1, whatever. So, that's all I want to say about the storyline. Graphics, this game looked spot on for being a Kingdom Hearts game. It had the cartoon-ish look. All the worlds looked, for what I knew of from the movies they referenced, they looked all really good. Didn't care much for the Disney Town world, but that was all a minigame world, and I don't care for minigame worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series. It's just not for me. I'll do them if they require completion, if they require me to move on, or if somehow it helps complete either a story arc or completes maybe a side quest line to get an item or weapon or something like that, I'll complete them then. Otherwise, I'm not going to be doing the mini games of this series. I don't have any interest in them. But the graphics did look good. I did actually take some time to look at on YouTube at this game back when it was originally on the PSP. And even on the PSP, it looked good. It just had that rough around the edges look because it was a PSP game. It was a mobile game. Mobile games were never going to look as good as a full console game. So that's why. So this HD upgrade to this really looked really good, and definitely fit in with the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series around the time this game was made. A lot of in contrast to that, I want to say. The areas were very small. The worlds were very small in comparison. There wasn't a whole lot of places to go. There was there was a lot of places to go, but each area was even tinier, which made the whole world feel rather small and compact. That is a downside, but again, I can understand the reason for that. The reason for that being, it was originally a mobile game. It was meant for the PSP, and I said this during the series. PSP games, in case for those of you who maybe never have a PSP or have no knowledge of it, PSP games are played on discs that are about this big. They're not played on cartridges like, say, for the Nintendo DS or anything like that. They're actually played on CDs that are roughly about the size of a. They're very small. In fact, I can't pull one out right now, but I actually have Dissidia for the PSP. I could pull out that disc and show it to you, just how big the disc is. It is very small. Maybe twice the size of a quarter if you really want to put a measurement to it. You want to get like a reference, a perspective. Yeah, probably a silver dollar, yeah. So you can't really fit a whole lot of data on a disc that small. But despite that, they managed to put a lot of story on it by taking the different characters and having you visit places with one character and you didn't visit with the other. Like I made this example again before during the series. When you were in the ballroom of Cinderella's world, there was that balcony that was up on the right-hand side. I saw it when I was playing as Aqua, but I could never get up there because it wouldn't let me go into that room in the foyer that Terra was able to go to. I never was able to go in there as Aqua, but Terra was able to go in there, which allowed me to take another route, allowing me to visit another part of the world. So that I thought was pretty good, even though they were limited on how much of the worlds they could build. They managed to make it feel larger because there were places you couldn't visit as Terra visit places as Terra that you did visit as Aqua or as Ventus. A place that you could visit as Terra that you couldn't visit as Aqua or as Ventus. So that made the world feel just a little bit bigger than it was, even though it was all still very compact. This is kind of spoilers here as well to future games, but I did appreciate how they didn't repeat any worlds from other Kingdom Hearts games, with the exception of the Olympus Coliseum. All the worlds that you visited, as far as the Disney worlds, were unique to this game. Cinderella's world, Lilo and Stitch's world, the deep space ship, Lilo and Stitch, Snow White, Aurora's world. Those were all unique to this game, because you don't visit them in other Kingdom Hearts games, or at least the ones that I've played. And I'm not going to spoil why. I know that about that in future games, and I'll get to that later. Like I said, in those games. But as far as the graphics concerned, each of those worlds, they didn't. I was afraid that they might feel, or hard to feel different, that each world was different, and it didn't. And I didn't have that fear was pacified. Each of the worlds looked special for the most part, even though you still had two worlds that involved a princess and a castle. When you had Cinderella in the castle there, and then you also had Snow White's world and the castle there, it still managed to feel like two different worlds, even though it was still almost the exact same storyline for the most part. As far as the sounds go, the voice acting obviously was stellar, because you got stellar voice acting. You got Richard Epcar, you have Haley Joel Osment, you have stellar voice acting. So obviously that's be an A+ there. The combat was very good, especially for considering you're limited to that mobile game. You had a lot of mechanics that were complex but easy to understand once you got easy for me to understand once I got a grip on them. But I had a little trouble figuring out the shortcut thing, and I didn't figure it out until late into the game. I had a little trouble figuring out when the command style shifted until probably about mid-game, when I realized, okay, I'm using this particular element, like I was using Thunder a lot, and then I was getting the Thunderbolt command style. That's when I triggered, okay, the command style shifts depending on what abilities you use. So that's when I figured that out. I'm not very good at reading tutorials on screen to learn about a game. That's why I kind of skip through them kind of quickly and try to learn it myself as I play. And sometimes I just can't get it. That's why I don't sometimes use some of the systems. As you can see, I didn't use the D-Link at all with Terra. I think I'll use the D-Link once with Ventus, and the D-Link maybe 2 or 3 times at most with Aqua. It's because I didn't fully understand the D-Link. And while I do get it, I didn't like it. That's one thing I didn't like. When I did use the D-Link, it changed my abilities, so then I had to learn all over again what my abilities were, and the abilities that I had they weren't as powerful as I needed them to be. During one fight, I D-Linked to, as a Ventus, I D-Linked to Aqua, and her skills just weren't what I needed. The skills that I D-Linked to her with were not enough to handle what I was dealing with. I needed my own abilities. The one big complaint I had about this battle system, huge complaint, not necessarily about the battle system, but about just the fight in general, was the fight against Vanitas as Ventus, the final fight in Ventus' story. That took me 3 hours to beat because it was bullshit. The entire battle was nothing but bullshit. First of all, he was hard as hell to beat. In first phase, I'm talking about the maskless Vanitas, the very final fight with Vanitas as Ventus. The first phase was hard enough to beat. You had to beat him with. You had to get lucky and hope that you got the advanced command styles like Wingblade in order to do some severe damage to him. Otherwise, he just kicks your ass all over the place. I don't like the fact that that he wasn't reacting to your attacks. When he's attacking and you're attacking, he will always win. His swings will always go through. he will never suddenly get stunned and knocked back by your attack. Whereas if you're attacking mid-animation and he's attacking mid-animation, his attack will stun you and knock you back. I don't like that. I really, really hate that. If I'm attacking you and I'm able to connect first, you should be stunned or knocked back or something. It should interrupt your attack, is my point. If you attack first and you connect first, fine, I'll take the hit. I should have been faster. But the biggest pain in the ass was the second phase, when he had just this little bit of HP left, and the only way to beat him was to trigger the last word command. I couldn't figure this out until I read like 3 different walkthroughs, watched like several different videos, and finally I understood what I needed to do. You had to match his attack. So as you saw, my attack list changed to Dark Splicer and Dark Spiral, I think were the name of the 2 abilities. When he used Dark Spiral, I had to use Dark Spiral. Then we clashed and had to do that little spinning of the right stick thing in order for me to win the fight. That part I understood, as far as the spinning of the stick and pressing the button required. That I got, because I've done that before in several games. It's a common mechanic. But I didn't figure that out until I actually had to watch the video, and then I had to get lucky, as that was the command he was going to do. If I did Dark Spiral and he did the other dark ability, it didn't work. It didn't cause the power collision. It didn't cause the struggle. The only time it seemed to trigger a power collision, even when we did match abilities, is when I used the shot lock. And the shot lock wasn't always reliable because I may not have had a full focus bar. But eventually, I had to fill Vanitas' command bar by using either the shot lock ability and then winning the power struggle, or matching his dark ability, Dark Spiral, or the other dark ability, and match that, and then win that power struggle to fill up that command bar, and then I got the last word. That gave me the command, the finish command, last word. I hit the button, and then Vin does his attack, finishes off Vanitas, battle over. Problem was, I did that once. I managed to get the last word ability, and I triggered it, but it didn't kill him, because for some reason, I guess I was too far away, or I don't know the reason. But I'll show it to you in maybe a bonus episode, how much trouble I had with that fight. But especially when I actually managed to get the last word ability, which was the finish ability to win, I used it, and it didn't beat him. He followed up with an attack that killed me, and I had to start all over again. That frustrated the absolute shit out of me, that I finally managed to get the finish attack, and I didn't finish it. That pissed me off. That brought the battle to a whole other level of pissed off. I finally got lucky, as you saw in the episode. I managed to get the last word to actually connect, but I only did it twice. The first time failed. The second time was the victory you saw. Which brings me back to a point I want to make. I really hated the fact that second phase, I had to go back and win the first phase if I lost during the second phase. That was... If you change phases that dramatically, you need to have a checkpoint in the middle of it. There needs to be a checkpoint at the beginning of that second phase. Because that was a massive change in combat mechanics. You went from your combat style, your combat skills, the ones that you selected, the ones you're most likely used to. And if you've gotten used to Vanitas' attack style, you can, watch him and pace your abilities to his pattern, and then counter with your abilities. And then you go to such a massive change in system where your attacks seem to do damage to you as well for some reason. And you have none of your abilities. You only have 2 abilities. Both of them belong to Vanitas. And you've got to get lucky that you match him and then win a power struggle. That is such a separate change in battle mechanic. You almost need a new game for that big of a change. So my biggest complaint there wasn't the fact that I was losing in that second phase. It was the fact that I had to go back and win the first phase again, which was hard enough as is. They should have put a checkpoint between those 2 fights. That should have been a completely separate fight altogether. Completely separate checkpoint is the simplest way to put it. But besides that fight, even though I lost a few times in some of the other boss fights and some of the other some of the other 2 stories, the rest of the battles I thought were pretty damn fun. They really reminded me of Kingdom Hearts 1, and a little more RPG limited style. You still have the action of tapping the X button for your attacks, but you were still kind of limited on your follow-up commands with your command abilities. So, but I was able to get used to that, and I enjoyed it. It was good. I liked it. Save for that one fight against Vanitas. All the I had the music turned on for this game, obviously, like I said, because it's an RPG. I tend to leave those on for RPGs because they usually don't have a lot of music that is going to trigger a copyright infringement issue. Any music that does, I'll just cut out, which is usually just the first song, simple and clean, at the beginning of this, during the titles or the start of the game. And I think it's pretty much all I have to say about the game. I've pretty much made my complaints. There wasn't a whole lot of them. Didn't like the fight with Vanitas, but if I had to make up a top 10 list for hardest fights in a video game so far that I've played in my lifetime, the battle against Vanitas would be very near the top, if not right on the top, as that was a fucking hard fight. That was a fucking hard fight. Anybody who can pick up the controller and win that fight the first try can go fuck yourself, because you're just goddamn lucky. Overall, I think it's a great game that fits, since I know the story in places, it fits in the story really well. And I think it was a very good game. It definitely fits Kingdom Hearts' reputation well too. So definitely worth playing, especially considering they brought the HD remake out. If you never played the mobile version like I never did, they brought this HD remake out for the PlayStation 4. I strongly recommend playing this game. It's very much worth it. Very much worth the Kingdom Hearts name. Definitely. So that'll wrap it up for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Not just Terra's campaign, but also Aqua's and Ventus's campaign. This has been Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. The next Kingdom Hearts game I play will be again in chronological order, which I believe is Kingdom Hearts 1. So, until I see you in Kingdom Hearts 1, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the links at the end of this video. For more of my stuff, the entire playlist of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep will be in those links. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.